the YouTube algorithm in one word, it would be, let's see. I got to do this real quick. It's hard to get there. No. Gosh, I can't do this. Anyway, can't do this. Maybe it's easier if I just, if I bring the screen closer. Somewhere like that. It says, I don't know if you can read it. It says on the top there, it says YouTube.com/OOPS, which I believe is oops. And the reason why you keep getting this, or at least I keep getting this, was because in the past week or so, I decided to get help to create a new YouTube channel, because obviously this one's been like beaten to death and shadow banned and couldn't really get any clout or anything. It just will not go over the whatever amount that it is. It's really hard to do. So I thought, you know what, I just build a new YouTube channel. And when I did that, also through the help of someone else, because I tried to do that in the past just myself, and the channels kept getting disabled, deleted, and stuff. But this time I had a friend, which we won't discuss, because we don't want them to get in trouble, to create one for me. And I'm telling you, within 2 days of it being up, the second I started posting something that had my face on it, gone, deleted. So anyway, that happened for real. I showed a bunch of videos on here where you guys can go check that out. I created, again, also through the help of one of my sponsors, which is I Need Doll. If you guys see that really cool robot head that I show on the channel all the time, that is from a company called I Need Doll. So I had their blessing to create a YouTube channel and stuff, which got deleted for no apparent reason. I went through another video, so you guys can go check that out. That's also here on the channel, where I show in detail how I did not break any of those rules. Obviously, I can't show you the website itself, but I have shown and uploaded the same videos that I did to that channel on this channel. And most grandmas would agree that there was nothing incredibly scary or anything like that on there that would recommend an algorithm to say, no, just pull it down, other than it might have had my name on there. Anyway, so that's a fun thing. It's a fun thing to be a technologist like me. So anyway, let's check out some of the stats from my previous live stream that I did. I did quad live stream earlier, and we had some amazing people show up, which were very nice and kind, and showed up. So there were 268 on one, there were 146 on the other, and I think it's 632 on another app. So those were the three apps that we had. We can now turn off these screens because we're not doing a quad live right now. I'm only got like a few minutes to play or to run the simulator here, the awesome simulator that Horizon Hobby was nice enough to send me. It is the Real Flight Evolution. And so we'll do the usual thing that we do. But before we do, I might just tell you guys, hey, take a look at this. It's amazing. Have you voted yes on Prop 69? No, you haven't. But anyway, this just shows you, press buttons. That just shows you how the, just by comparison, how the TikTok is doing compared to the YouTube channel. I've only had the TikTok. I don't know if it's just 1 or 2 years. I've been on YouTube for 16 years, and that just shows you how much easier it is to find clout, if you will, using TikTok. And then, the people are going to be haters on TikTok and say, oh, it tracks you, or it just tracks you just as much as Google does. So, I mean, if you're not worried about Google tracking you, then why are you worried about TikTok tracking? I mean, you're going to be tracked. It's the modern age. You're going to be on camera whether you're shy or not. Just go to the grocery store and you're on camera. So, I mean, The technology's out there. It's already out there. So unless you are trying to do something nefarious, you're probably not that worried about being on camera. Anywho, here we are with the Aero Scout, one of my favorite things, and I have recently just unboxed the Axial, the very first Axial. I think this is called the Deadbolt or something. I wouldn't say it, maybe it is the Deadbolt. Oh, look, it says Deadbolt. That's a giveaway right there. Deadbolt. Very cool vehicle machine. Look at how much travel it's got. It steers really well too, and it's got only 2 clips in the front, and then you can just lift it up. I mean, that's a really cool thing to do. So before we get into flying stuff, I'm gonna get this out of the way real quick. We're gonna do a couple of shout outs. It'll be more than a couple of shout outs. It'll be a few shout outs to say go nuts, ballsy, why not? Our favorite squirrel, Chip, can use this QR code if you want to go out and have the most amazing pancakes ever. And it looks like for the first time in a long time, the autofocus was so good. Let's try that again. Maybe it was a fluke. No, maybe Tim, our favorite chef, has put in the work and the hours, and you guys can go back to some of the first YouTube videos that I did when I first got the iPhone Mini 13. The autofocus was the worst. And right now, the autofocus looks pretty good. Looks pretty good, my friends. It looks pretty good. So we're going to say a shout out to Axial, why not? Because they make amazing vehicles. They haven't sent us any vehicles for free, but it'd be nice if they did. We're going to do the usual thank you to these 2 awesome companies. One is Spectrum that sent us a free battery to replace the one that was broken. Thank you. Awesome customer service, as I always say, especially on eBay. Same can be said for Horizon Hobby that gave us this awesome Real Flight Evolution. And so let's do some flying now, because that's what you guys came here for, hopefully. And let's see what we can get out of this. Right now we are in safe, which makes it very easy to fly these things, even this low and daringly to the ground. So anyway, hope you guys are having a great start of your week. I think Monday was yesterday, and I'm probably wrong because it's probably Monday today. Yesterday was what? Sunday, maybe. Anywho, we're trying to do a loop in safe, which is not recommended because it's impossible. To do a loop, you have to get out of safe and go into AS3X, I think. I'm going to check it out to make sure that I'm saying the right stuff to you guys and not messing it up. Let's see if you can do a loop in intermediate mode. You might still be able to do a loop in intermediate mode. We'll go down to create some speed, and we'll go up. No, you can't. Okay. But you can do it in AS3X. Let's do it. Yeah, buddy. And that was pretty cool. And no, buddy. That was not very cool. And I almost wrecked the plane there. Let's bring it back to us so you guys can see a nice pass here. Oh, it's beautiful. Whoa, that was so lucky. I always forget there's a car back there. A very cool looking car. So we'll do another one of those. Whoa, buddy, this is so cool. Let's get out of and go into out of safe and go into AS3X. And that is how you destroy a plane. So let's do that again. Not destroy the plane. Let's try to do the same maneuver without destroying the plane, hopefully this time. And this time we're going to do woohoo. Come back to us. There we go. We're going to go underneath. Come on, save. Oh, I did the usual thing that I do. You can do these inverted flight maneuvers and get out of those and stuff. But you have to be careful when you do it because it requires a lot of throttle to do that too. You can't just go really gentle on this plane, turn, and then get out of the... Oh, no. You can actually do it. Forget about it. I was just doing all the wrong stuff on the sticks. You guys can go back and watch what I did earlier on the sticks there and figure out why it was not working for me and what my mistake was. But I was not doing a good job earlier when I was doing the flippity flip. Oops. Hey, again, if my skills were amazing, I could do this where I did all that and I would hit this piece of metal there on purpose, but I keep on hitting it by accident over and over and over and over. I'm not saying you should remove it. It's fun to have that in the video game. It brings that level of danger to the game that is not so dangerous that you got to worry about it or whatever, but it makes it fun to have that in there. So anyway, let's do a bunch of maneuvers here, if I can even get this off the ground in AS3X. And turn and up, and I did not have enough. Look at that. I was on 0 throttle, close to 0 throttle. Don't do that. That's why it fell out of the sky. If you are going to do one of those maneuvers, make sure you have plenty of throttle. It doesn't have to be on full throttle, though you can climb out of crazy things if you are on full throttle. If you are on mid throttle, somewhere halfway, you can still do it, but you won't be able to climb out of stuff like that as easily. You're going to need that full throttle to save yourself. Put it in safe. Bring it back to me. That is one of the cool things. Get good at flipping the safe switch, if you will, on these, especially if you're going to do this in real life, because it could really save your brain. It really could. I'll show you. Here is the switch that you're going to need to get in and out of safe. So if you're experienced, you're going to experience there's a midway, intermediate, and there is a beginner mode. So beginner mode is the top switch here, not the bottom long switch, the slightly shorter switch. If it's clicked all the way down to the bottom, you are in beginner mode. If you are in the middle, it's intermediate. And all the way up, it's experienced mode. So just get used to being able to go from there to beginner in real life if you want to attempt some of those maneuvers, because this will really save you a lot of stress and terror. So long as you're doing a bunch of those maneuvers and you are high up off the ground, you probably want to be at least, I would say, about, for safety, 10 to 15 feet above yourself would be a good time, good place to start trying your maneuvers. As you can see there, I was doing that for the most part, but then always remember that once you go into inverted, the planes might start plummeting towards downwards, and you do need to get your inversions in your mind down so that you know what is up and what is down, because things will be backwards once you turn into there. You need to know how to either go back to your straight position where up and down is normal, or you got to really master the other way of flying and know how to flip in your mind between the two, or you will crash your planes for sure. So anyway, I was very excited today. Today was a really fun day. I got to do my live stream out there in the wild. The bad side, I wouldn't really say bad, but the less happy side was the weather is not that good. It is our rain season here, or one of our rain seasons here in Irvine, California, Woodbridge. And so when that happens and it is too cold in the car, I mean, it could be raining and warm, and that doesn't affect me that much. But when it is raining and it's also cold, or even if it's a little drizzle, it's the coldness that really gets to me. So I don't have the amount of pep and power in the voice and all that stuff that I usually have on other days. But now we are in the house, which is slightly better. I'm still wearing my jacket because it's still cold. The insulation on some of these older homes is terrible, especially if they're not facing in the right direction or whatever. That famous feng shui. Our neighbor's house right next to us, when we go to their house, it is warm year-round. And I guess they probably never have to use the heater ever. They might need to use the AC more than we do, but they will probably never have to use the heater ever year round, even when it's at its coldest. We, on the other hand, in a slightly different orientation, have to use the heater many a times. But you know, it's the gas prices are very high, so it is a gas powered device. There is some electrical that goes in there, but most of it's gas powered. So with the crazy prices that are going down in Funky Town here in California, we can't really run it that much. And so, unfortunately, we are not those people who have access to a mansion with a 25 plus garage. And if I did have one of those things, what I'd do is I would convert the garage. I would still, even if I was that rich, I would still have the garage space, but I would convert it. So I would just have one car in there, still just like I do now. And I would convert the rest to a nice, cool area where I could do stuff like create a drone track or plane track or whatever in there, because that's a lot of space. If you can put 25 cars, 25 plus cars in a garage in your mansion, man, that's like Batman's mansion or something. So I could have like a whole course in there set up for indoor planes and FPV mini drones and stuff. You could do some really fun stuff in there. And then I would invite all the cool people that I know in the drone community to hang out there. Anyway, guys. The Aero Scout. The Aero Scout is such a cool plane. And as you guys know, I do have one of these in real life. It looks cooler than this one, only because it has sparkles and hearts plastered all over it. And so that obviously makes it cooler. It makes it cooler. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. It's not a popular opinion, but it's my opinion. I think it looks cooler the way that I made it, the way that I decorated. And it is unique. Unique for sure. Anywho, I really wanted to put the Captain Drone sticker on the latest and greatest DJI product, the DJI FPV Potato Jet. But the problem with that is, and it is a big problem, the top of the surface of the drone, where it's probably the only nice flat large surface that you have to put it on, bends the sticker in an awful way that pinches some of the bits, and it makes it look horribly ugly. And I just don't want to waste it and ruin a really pretty and cool sticker like that. So I will probably put it on some other kind of vehicle. Now I could just let the plane land itself, as you can see here, while I show you the axial, and you see it landed itself. In real life, don't do that, but you can do that in the simulator, because Safe just pretty much lands it. So long as you got it right and it's going at the right speed and you've aimed at the runway in the simulator, I'll show you guys again. So long, again, a lot of factors need to be involved there for it to run. You got to be on 0 throttle. You have to have aimed at the runway. You can't be going down too fast. And then you can sort of let go. And well, it will do a ground landing on the grass too, so you could do grass hops too. Again, as I said before, if I was to do that, let me do that again so you guys can see what I'm talking about. If I was to do that and be out of Safe and on AS3X, the thing would crash to its death. But, and again, I have to be able to aim at this thing, which is not the easiest. We are coming down 0 throttle. We are aimed at the runway. So long as I got all of that right, I don't have to do anything. I can put the remote control down and show you a vehicle while the thing lands itself. Look at that. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? It lands itself. Unbelievable. So anyway, I was talking about I did the boxing of the axial. There's something else that I was thinking of saying, and then I lost my mind because it is just so incredibly cool that you could do that with a plane. It's in safe. You slow it down to 0 throttle. You aim it at the runway. You lift that nose a little bit. And you let go, and the thing will land for you. I really don't know another plane or another company that has. As I said, when I talk about this stuff, it is like they reinvented rails. It is true. That's how I felt when I took the Aeroscout. Again, not the small one, not the small one, not the Aeroscout Mini. I'm talking about the the full blown Aeroscout, the one that comes with this kind of remote right here, the one that is just amazing. Once you figure out how to set that up, it is just unbelievable what it does, and it just landed itself. Okay, you guys don't believe me, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, again, this is the, just to show you guys, so you guys, if you want to go out and buy it, it is the Hobby Zone Aeroscout S 1.1 millimeters. On the box, you will see Horizon Hobby, because as I said before, I think a lot of these companies are under the same umbrella as Horizon. And so you'll see UMX, you'll see a bunch of other ones, FMS, Hobby Zone. And there are a lot of enthusiasts of the Cubs here, which are really cool too. I don't have it. I don't have that. I have just this one here. And I'm going to do the same thing that I just did, but I'm going to do that in AS3X. So first I'm going to try to, well, excuse me. This is why people don't do live streams, because it's grotesquely gory and disgusting when you have to burp and you just have nothing else that you can do. You're just going to do it on camera. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to aim at the runway. Same thing that we did before. It is aimed at the runway. I'm going to lift the nose a little bit more. Let go of the sticks. Will it land itself? It will do a bounce and land. So that's not too bad in AS3X experience mode. So, but again, I did a lot of the work there. The thing doesn't do the work for me. And so if I had done the same thing, but I was a very new pilot, and for instance, I'd come in at the runway like this, and my nose was pointed down really hard, it would do a bounce and go, and it will go back into the air. You see that? Let's do that again, but this time I'm going to do it, and I'm going to try to reproduce that as I did before. Again, I do have to angle it correctly at the very least for it to be a proper. I'm going to do 0 throttle and point the nose down. You see, it did land itself. Again, that was pretty good. I'm going to try to be a real noob now, and then I'm going to go up in the air, and I'm going to turn. Now, I'm not going to fix the position of the wing, so we're going to be bent down and just go down at the runway. It still sort of landed itself. I don't know if it's just a simulator or that would actually work in real life. I will not test it out unless Hobby Zone or Horizon Hobby sends me a brand new Aeroscout, in which case, and they say, okay, test it out in real life, see what happens. Then with their sponsorship, I would test that out, but I don't have the funds to do something like that. So I did this once again, and it seems to have survived that in AS3X. So long as you don't come down inverted, yeah, it seems to survive weird. It seems to survive very weird landings on here, guys. I'll try this again to show you guys closer to camera. And we'll turn, and we'll come back. And now we'll try to plop the plane down. 0 throttle. Whoa, whoa. Okay, 0 throttle. It took it. It took it like a champ. It really did. One of the cool things that I like, the reason why I like all of these planes, I like jets a lot, and I like this. When you have the propellers in the rear, you can slam the nose of the plane, and that means that your plane will live longer. When the when the rotator blade is right in the front, every time you smash into the ground, that is going to be a thing for you. Ooh, there we go. Oh, I hit it again. You see the rotator blade is right there and not in the front of the plane, which means that if I had thrust reverse, I could get out of this. But now I'm stuck. You see, I'm never going to get out of there. So let's fly some other stuff real quick, and probably that'll be the end of the video because I've got like 4 minutes left, maybe 2 minutes left that I can fly stuff, and then it'll be time to go. It will be time to go because it's lunchtime and I'm starving and I've got responsibilities to attend to. So I will go and do that stuff. All right. So what is a good one to fly? Maybe this could be the last thing that we fly today. The Huey. The Huey, Dewey, and Louie is here. This is probably a gas-powered thing, which I would never fly these days because there's so many offerings that are electric, that are quiet for the neighborhood where I live. So why would I go and pollute the environment as well as tick off a bunch of awesome people that live here? I would not do that. I know that it's thrilling to get the same sound that you get from the real one in real life, the gas-powered one, but it is also not so thrilling if you are somebody who likes their peace and calm and you're just trying to read a nice book and you hear something that is really loud outside, right? So for that, I prefer the electric helicopters. And again, if there's a Chinese company or a European company or an Asian company or an American company or whatever company, hey, if there's an African company that makes cool RC toys that nobody ever has heard of, who wants to send me something, I will take pretty much anything. I will review it on the channel. I always do that. I will give it a shot. If it is so terrible that I can't review it, I will probably just send it back and say thank you, or I will just work with the company until it is good enough to be shown on the channel. I don't have to go out there and do some bad publicity and destroy a company. I don't do that stuff. I don't get any kicks out of saying something bad about a company. I will say something bad about a company if I find that something has been done which is not so cool. But the purposes of that, again, is not nefarious. It's just to make it better. Make that company better if you can with constructive criticism. So anyway, that is what I try my best to do on this channel. And I am loving this bird. It flies so well. Look at this. Do a nice pass close to the camera. Close to the camera. A nice flyby. Look at that. What a bird. What a bird. If they had this, again, they had the electric version of this, I would totally fly that. Again, I can't go out and buy every single RC thing. So if you have one of these and you want me to show it on the channel, or you want to show it on the channel, that's something that we could do. It'd be fun. You could send me an old one that you never use or never care to use ever again because you just got the brand new one. You could even send it to me broken. Maybe you crashed yours and it's beyond repair. And instead of throwing it in the landfill because you just don't have the time or the will to fix it yourself, just send it to me. I will take the broken parts and try to bring it back to life for the channel. It'll make something fun happen for the channel. And you get to see your own old RC helicopter come back to life. So anyway, that's stuff, the kind of stuff that I do, that I've been wanting to do for a long time, part of the community and stuff that I do these days here on this YouTube channel. Whoa, it is just so cool. So with that, guys, the time is up. The timer's gone off. I've got to go and do possibly some cleaning and cooking. So with that, I will see you on the next one. Before I leave, as always, I want to thank and really thank all the awesome things that are going on here, especially Horizon Hobby for providing us, and Spectrum for providing us with free stuff. I'm looking for the swag to come in. Again, I'm not sure if it's been 6 to 8 months, but that's a long time to wait to receive cool swag and stickers. But I'm willing to wait. I'm a patient man. If you guys know, I'm a patient man. Patient man. If after, I don't know how many other people would have given up, if after 16 years on YouTube, you only have 1,500 subscribers, after 16 years of YouTubing, I think that calls for the Stoic Award. The Stoic Award there for anyway. So anyway, we have all these cool things here. We've got Actual Adventure Anywhere. Captain Drone, who's always been awesome and sent me awesome stickers. We've got Spectrum that sent us that new battery, thanks to eBay. And Horizon Hobby, which provides us this really cool Real Flight Evolution, guys. Real Flight Evolution or Real Flight 9.5S. And with that, I'm going to say thank you and bye, and see you all in the next one.